This is Brian, ScreenFiles.com and review. What I'm looking at today is Alien Alone. I don't even know where this fits in the shorts based upon the alien concept, only because they don't seem to be numbered, and I find them when I find them, though there are only a few more to go, and I find these things really fascinating. Fascinating because they just don't seem to get it. They're almost like the movies in that way, in that they seem to misunderstand things that they shouldn't misunderstand. For instance, there's a scene in Alien Alone where a being, which you assume to be a person, is attacked by a facehugger, and it wraps its tentacle, its tail, I guess, its tail around her wrist, and fluid comes from her wrist. Now, at first I thought this was acid from the facehugger, but that makes no sense. Then you learn that she's actually a synthetic person, an android, and the alien, and the fluid you saw was the alien constricting her arm, which, again, doesn't make sense. Why doesn't this make sense? Because it implies that synthetics are fragile. More fragile than humans, because humans have had the tail of a facehugger wrapped around various appendages, and it has never broken the skin. If you recall Bishop from James Cameron's Aliens, if you were really that fragile, would he have handled himself so well against these creatures? Would humans handle themselves so well against these creatures? Because humans are more fragile than synthetics. If your explanation is movie, then it does. Because the aim of the scene was less any kind of accuracy to the franchise than to show that this person was not a person, but was a synthetic being. Which could have been so easily done by, let's say, she walks around a ship, she cuts herself. She's working on a ship, which is seen numerous times in the episode, and she cuts herself, showing the white blood, which is a sign of a synthetic. Done. Move on. And the thing is, Alone is probably one of the better episodes because it has so much promise. How could they have made this episode much better? Okay, never mind the silly facehugger causing the synthetic to bleed scene. Let's be done with that. That was dopey and shouldn't have been there. The episode essentially posits the idea that the synthetic gets lonely, so she goes about infecting a person. Now, the synthetic has mechanical issues. This is established. What they don't establish, though, are those mechanical problems affecting the way the synthetic's brain worked. Why is that important? Because why does the synthetic seek company? Remember Prometheus with David. He was literally on that ship. And keep in mind, he was of the synthetic variant that was kind of nutsy and emotional. But he was able to stay on that ship for months, however long it took for those people to be in cryosleep. It was certainly months, and even years, potentially, just being alone. Why? Because he's a synthetic. He's not a human. He doesn't get lonely. He finds things to occupy his time. And even if he didn't, he would not get lonely, because that's not what synthetics do. They're not people. Look at the variant that was on Alien Covenant. Same thing. He's doing things, he's managing the ship, but loneliness does not come into the picture. He literally does what he's supposed to do, and that's it. The synthetic in Alien Alone may have had issues, mechanical issues, but that doesn't change the fact she should not be lonely. that's a human emotion, and synthetics aren't emotional in that sense of the word. So that was dopey. And the worst thing, no, absolutely, positively worst thing about this is that, as I mentioned before, it's like these people have not seen any of the Alien movies, because this is an easy episode to fix. How would I do that, you might ask? As I said, pretty easily. All you have to posit is that instead of loneliness as her primary motivator, she's looking to infect a human for Weyland-Yutani, to bring back a live alien for research and development. Bam! It's done. That's all the motivation's needed. Loneliness is dopey. It doesn't work. So now, her and her buddy alien are to go flying about. It's silly on the face of it. But have her working for Weyland-Yutani, and with doing so with the express purpose of bringing an alien back alive, is an awesome idea. It's something out of the movies, and it would work. And it would not only work, it would bind this episode in such a way that it would just potentially resonate with awesomeness. As it stands, it's a decent episode. It makes no sense, really, if you follow the alien mythos at all. And it's just another example of the people making these shorts seemingly not understanding what they're doing. That was tiring. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Peace.